Hey, before you watch this whole video, you should know that you're able to slow it down if it's going too fast. All you have to do is select playback speed. Any of these options above normal will slow it down. So now that we've set up our Wi-Fi, now we can use the internet. What is the internet? The internet is God, it's philosophical. The internet is a network that connects computers all over the world and allows us to communicate with each other and share information. Keep in mind that the iPad is a computer too. In order to access the internet, you need to use a web browser, which is an application that lets you access and view websites. And for the iPad, that web browser is called Safari. And it looks like a blue circle compass on a white background. So we're going to open Safari by touching it with our finger, and it's going to open up a web browser. The first thing we're going to do is set up an email address. Why is it important to have an email address? It's important to have an email address because that way people can send you messages and keep in touch with you using the internet. And also, you need email addresses to sign up for different things. Most social media platforms require email addresses in registration. So if you want to sign up for Facebook, you need an email address in order to do so. We're going to set up an email address through Gmail because it's free. So when you open your web browser, in the top search bar, you're going to type in gmail.com and touch enter, and it will bring you to this page. And in the bottom left-hand corner, touch create account, and then touch for myself, because if you touch for my business, it may charge you. You're going to type in your first name and your last name, and then create an email address that is suitable for you. You can choose any name you want. You can create a fake identity, and if someone has already used that email address, then Gmail will notify you and you'll have to come up with a different one. It's important that your password is not easy for someone to guess, but it's also important that you will remember what it is. So you want to make sure that you write it down somewhere private and keep it private. Today, my friend got hacked because someone got her password, and so I got an email from my friend that she didn't send, but someone was able to hack into her email account and send an email on her behalf. To have a secure, strong password, they recommend that you have a combination of uppercase, lowercase, and numbers in your password so that it's hard for people to guess it. We will talk more about privacy and passwords in a future episode where we discuss internet safety. It asks for your phone number and an additional email. These two pieces of information are optional, but I recommend that you do add them so that you are able to access your emails in case you forget your password. So the last two pieces of information it asks for is your date of birth and your gender. But sometimes we don't like to give our age, and therefore you can make up whatever age you like. And finally, touch next to go to the final page. So the final page is Gmail's user agreement, the terms and conditions, and you can feel free to read this at your leisure. There's a lot of words, but essentially you're agreeing to let them read your emails. And when you're done reading, at the bottom right-hand side of the screen, touch I agree to continue. After you accept the user agreement, you're taken to this page. This page asks you if you want to download the Gmail app. Although it's a good idea, it's not necessary. So if you don't want to, you can click Not Interested. Congratulations, you made a Gmail account. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll notice that Google sent us our first email. If we touch it, then the email will open on the right-hand side of the screen. When you're reading the email, you'll notice at the top right-hand side of the screen, The words detail are in blue. When you touch the word detail written in blue, it will show us who sent us the email. So this email was sent from Google Community Team -no reply @google.com. That means we can trust this email because it was sent from google.com. If it's names that you don't recognize or an assortment of letters and numbers, it could mean that it is a scam artist. Let's check out the other parts of our email address. In the top left-hand corner of the screen, there are 3 small horizontal black lines. When you touch the 3 horizontal black lines, it brings you to your different mailboxes. Here we can see inbox, shared, sent mail, and drafts. Most of those are not important, but if someone says they sent you an email and it didn't come through, check your spam box because it could have wound up there. What is spam? Spam is like the electronic version of junk mail. So like flyers or promotions that Google or Gmail will automatically filter into your spam box. Look for the word search next to the magnifying glass. When you touch it, you can search for an email that you're looking for by typing in keywords or the person's name who sent it. On the top left-hand side of the screen, there is a red box with an image of a pencil in it. Touch that to write an email. It will bring up a pop-up that says Compose. Here we can write our email. The first box says To. This is where we type in the email address of where we want to send the email to. Next, you're going to write what the email's about in the subject line. Below the subject line is a blank box where you can begin typing out your email. When you're done composing the email, you can send it by touching the button Send either on the top right-hand corner of the box or the bottom right-hand corner of the box. On the right-hand side of the Compose window, there is an image of a paperclip. If you touch it, this allows you to attach files like images or pictures or videos to your message. Thanks for watching this episode of the Direct Message video tutorials. See you next time.